Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Law of Attraction Power to Row reading for the week of January 22nd through the 28th, 2017. The overall energy for this week, we start off with the two, I'm not sure if you can see that correctly, but it's the Two of Wands. And the card itself depicts a gentleman, and he is looking back over his shoulder, and he sees the shadow of this large looming monster behind him on the wall. And what this card talks about is restlessness within, finding some balance. There's some sort of issue that maybe we're struggling with that we know about or we don't know about. Maybe there's a problem looming that we are trying to find clarity on and direction for. So the overall energy of this week really talks about finding that balance within, finding that comfort level of looking at things that we may not like and still being okay with it. The beginning of the week starts off with the Queen of Swords. And in this particular card, it depicts two women, playing a tug of war with each other. One of the women is dark-haired, the other is light-haired. They're pulling against each other in a sort of a struggle of some sort. And to me, again, this talks back to the Two of Wand energy that we talked about, the overall energy. The beginning of the week, there's going to be something that you're going to have to struggle with. Maybe find some balance in, whether it be something that has been ongoing that you finally come to terms with, or if something automatically suddenly pops up that you have to come to terms with. The overall beginning energy of the week is going to be one of finding balance and maybe not fighting it, maybe giving up the struggle. There are times, I know, when we have to come to terms with things that we don't appreciate or we're not happy with. People make decisions all the time. Those choices sometimes affect our lives, and sometimes we do make choices that affect others' lives. And so we have to come to terms with the fact that when we make choices that affect others' lives and they're not happy with it, then, we have to deal with that. The middle of the week, we have the Ace of Discs or coins, pentacles. And here again, this is the symbol for medicine. You see the rod and the two serpents and the wings. This energy, the Ace, actually talks about healing, medicinal powers, the idea of healing within. There may be something that through the struggle that we have at the beginning of the week, whether it's good or bad, that midweek, it's going to heal whatever that issue is that we've been struggling with, or pulling on, tugging against, pushing against, pulling against, whatever that energy is in the beginning of the week. We're going to come to terms with it, and it's going to heal something. There's great power in letting go. In the Law of Attraction, it talks about your energy, and your energy is what you're giving out. What's within is going to manifest without. And when we look at it from that point, that vantage point, then we do really understand that we can change the outer world simply by changing our thought process, simply by changing our understanding of certain situations. Towards the end of the week, funny enough, we pull the Temperance card. And here we see a woman, and she's standing under a waterfall. And it looks almost like she's wanting to get in it, but not quite all the way. Trying to make that decision. Once you stand under that water, you're cleansed. There'll be a healing from the Temperance. When we temper something in our lives, we're looking for balance. We're looking for harmony. We're trying to take something that we are not feeling comfortable with and making ourselves feel comfortable with it. And sometimes it's just a change in attitude. I know for myself, whenever I find myself disliking something, if I take a few moments to look within, I can find where that's coming from, what caused me to feel that way. There are times when I have beliefs about something that aren't real beliefs. It's something that may have manifested from somebody else in a thought process in my childhood. There could be times when I'm thinking a thought and not quite sure where that thought came from. You know, you'll be doing something, and all of a sudden you get a thought, and is that thought legitimate? Is it an inspired thought? Is that something from the universe trying to tell you, hey, look at this is good, or hey, look at this, you need to change it? With the energy of temperance towards the end of the week, and of course having the Two of Wands in the beginning of the week, there's a sense of telling, this is telling me that you're going to start off the week feeling unbalanced about something, that there's going to be something in the shadow side that you're going to need to look at. And once you look at that shadow side and you start to come to terms with it, you'll start to heal it during the middle of the week. You'll find yourself tempered towards the end of the week with it, and then you'll step into that waterfall and cleanse it. And once you work on something like that, you know, it changes you forever. The law of attraction is one of the entities that's wonderful in the fact that once you make a conscious decision to change something, you'll never have that decision to make again in the same way. If you fight against that decision, or if you can't find harmony within yourself on a certain thing, then sometimes the law of attraction will deliver more like situations until we come to terms with that energy and we do change it. One of the depictions in the book talks about the balance of two strong energies. We have the balance of the water, which is a strong energy, a powerful energy in itself, water. And then wand energy is fire energy. And fire and water, when mixed together, create steam. Fire is powerful for burning off and rebuilding. You know, when fire has damaged something and it's taken away, it's burnt away, you know, then we have to rebuild from whatever the fire has destroyed. And towards the end of the week, when we start dealing with those issues, when we start finding our way and we start finding balance within, we'll find that temperance, we'll find the clarity, we'll find the understanding, the harmony and unity that we need to make it through the end of the week, and to maybe change some of those old dynamics, the old beliefs, the old thought patterns. It doesn't often take a whole lot to make a small, to make a large change. Sometimes it's just the small decisions that we make that will bring us the greatest joy and the greatest pleasure and the greatest change. I hope you have a wonderful week. It is the middle of January. We are coming off of the powerful full moon energy from the week of the 15th, the full moon on the 13th through the 15th. And as the energy starts to wane, the power starts to wane, we'll feel less and less of the pressure of release. But, maybe in not being able to let go, you have to look at the shadow side of what's going on, so that you can find a healing within that. And through that healing, you're going to be tempered in such a way that it's going to make magical changes in your life. I wish you all a wonderful and powerful week. I hope that whatever the situation is that you need to find balance in, that you find clarity and understanding, and temper that with love for yourself and for others, and you will have an amazing week in general. With that, my friends, I will talk to you again soon. Thank you.